Yo, people, it is J Reaper X, and this will be What If Naruto ate the Paw Paw fruit. If you don't know what. No, if you don't know, you're just gonna figure it out later, okay? During the story. Thank you all for the support. Uh, hope you enjoyed this video and hope you enjoyed the String Fruit Deku series, I guess. Without further ado, let's go. So we start off Naruto, like usual, just getting chased around by the villagers. Villagers carrying torches, just any weapon you could find, chasing after Naruto. Naruto has never understood why he was this hated. He never asked for this, and he was just sad and angry all the time. But all this running around, it just made him faster. He has been running since he's been able to walk. He's been running for constantly for months and months, escaping the villagers. At least that was one advantage that the villagers gave him. Anyways, Naruto, since he didn't want to be chased anymore, he went into the forest of death because he knew the villagers wouldn't dare go there. After entering the forest of death, as he predicted, the villagers stopped chasing him. They cursed him and just left, but being totally disappointed that they couldn't beat the demon. And Naruto is just sitting on a tree watching this unfold. Pretty sad, but he just started to accept the reality of things. Anyways, Deku, Naruto, who, after a few hours of staying in the forest of death, was pretty hungry, or you could say pretty desperate for food, anything. After that, he found a weird fruit. It was white and it looked like an animal paw. As much as suspicious as the fruit looked, Naruto didn't want to question it right now. If it was poisoned, he'd just go to the hospital later. He ate the fruit, and as soon as he ate it, he passed out because of the amount of information going through his mind. He woke up in his mindscape and just saw a tall man, a really, really tall one, whose name was apparently Bartholomew Kuma. He seemed to be what people called a cyborg, which he didn't know at all, because his universe isn't that advanced yet, I think. So yeah, then just saw how the person used his weird powers of the Paw Paw fruit, and how he became a paw human. Naruto was pretty surprised, and he was kind of freaking out because this paw fruit that they talk about, it might be a Keiki Genkai of his. After analyzing all the memories that he saw in his mindscape and memorizing them, he subconsciously exited the mindscape, found himself on the ground, and looked at his hands, but they had paws on them, and he realized that it wasn't a dream, it was reality. He truly gained that power. He tried testing it and slammed his hand on the in front of him, and this was the result: total destruction. With his ability, Naruto knocked out multiple trees in the forest of death. He was shocked because experimenting his ability in real life, real time, was more impressive than just seeing it. Anyways, Naruto made the forest of death his new home. He has been coexisting with animals and just could say talk to them. And they pretty much listen to him now. They were friendly with him, and they just didn't mind him being here. At We're gonna time skip Naruto. Well, during this time skip of 2 years, has been roughly training. He has trained his muscles so that his ability could get stronger, and he also has great speed for a person his age. He's extremely fast, and he just is really overpowered right now. Anyways, after this time skip, Naruto has toned muscles. He is at least a head taller than everyone in his class. So yeah. Anyways, we go to Naruto just walking to the academy. The villagers tried to do something to him, but their attacks or whatever they tried to do just bounced off of him. They thought that he had a sort of barrier or something, but it was just Naruto moving really fast and putting his paws wherever the attacks were. It looked like he wasn't moving, but he was just moving at extreme speeds. Anyways, Naruto, when he finally reaches the academy, smiles and just goes in. And yes, he has went to the Okage office before to tell Hiruzen about applying to the academy. He has indeed met the Nine Tails beforehand, and the Nine Tails has agreed to lend him some chakra. Basically, over the past 2 years, the Nine Tails and Naruto and basically the animals in the Forest of Death have made a bond, and they became somewhat friends. So yeah. I know when Naruto reaches his class, he introduces himself. And some people look at him with disgust, but Iruka just doesn't mind at all. Yeah. After he goes to his seat, which is next to Sasuke Uchiha, he just listens to the lesson without paying attention to anyone else or anything else. After the lesson, Iruka just calls the class for some sparring matches to test their abilities. We're gonna skip through matches and go to Naruto's first match, which is against Kiba. Naruto analyzing how cocky Kiba is and how easily he gets angry. He pretty much already knew that he was gonna win easily. So yeah. When Iruka Sensei said start, Naruto immediately blitzed Kiba with his hand in front of him and just slammed it into Kiba's chest. Kiba was sent flying with a huge paw mark on his chest and was instantly knocked out, unconscious. Yep, just like that. After that, the whole class was shocked that the demon defeated someone like Kiba. They regained their composure, but we're just shouting, we're just booing Naruto. But only one person wasn't, and that was Hinata. Naruto noticed that and he smiled a bit in his head, and then returned to where he was supposed to go before. Basically where all the students were. We skip again some matches, and now it's Sasuke versus Naruto. Naruto thinks this is gonna be interesting because this is an Uchiha. And no, the Uchiha massacre hasn't happened yet. Iruka Sensei says, "Ready? Start!" Naruto and Sasuke just dash at each other. Naruto just wants to take it easy and just not end it with one hit. So, he just exchanged taijutsu with Sasuke. After clashing with taijutsu and just people being impressed because of their speed, Naruto just had enough. He yelled, "Hey Sasuke, don't you think this match has been going on for too long? Let's end this before an attack." And Sasuke just agreed with Naruto and did some hand signs and screamed, "Fire style! Fireball jutsu!" And then a fireball came out of his mouth. Izuku was not impressed at all, and he just put his hand forward with his paws fully exposed. And when the attack hit him, what happened shocked every single person on the arena. The fireball that Sasuke launched at Naruto was redirected to him with insane speed. All the people in the arena were just baffled, eyes widened, out of fear and just shock. Afterwards, the fireball hit Sasuke, and he was badly burned. He wasn't on the brink of death, but he was in extreme pain. Naruto started walking towards him. Sasuke looked at him with kind of fear, but respect too. And Naruto just helped him up and just slammed his hand on Sasuke again. People were afraid of what was gonna happen, but what happened next was pretty surprising. Naruto pushed out a red transparent paw looking thing out of Sasuke, just condensed it with his paws. Then he just released it into the air. People were even more shocked when Sasuke just suddenly stood up with absolutely no injuries. Sasuke was just baffled at Naruto's ability. It was so versatile and just so useful. He totally wondered, what kind of Kinky Genkai was that? After that, Naruto just shook hands with Sasuke and just walked out of the arena without saying a word. Anyways, when they go back to class, the rankings are shown, with Naruto being first. Well, Naruto being the MVP. Sasuke being second, etc., etc. After that, we're gonna time skip when they're 12 years old. That is where they graduate. Naruto became more used to his ability. He can do anything his ability can instantly without struggling. He increased his speed a little, but he mostly took it easy, but still keeping the form he built. So after that, we're gonna go to Naruto, who's in class waiting for everyone else because he's early. Now we're gonna skip to when everyone goes there. Iruka Sensei basically says, well, class, as you know, this is the day you graduate. Well, some of you will graduate and become great ninjas. To graduate, you'll need to make a clone of yourself and use a transformation jutsu on it. Is that clear, class? All the class replied with yes. Multiple people passed the graduation and graduated, such as Sakura with 2 clones, Sasuke with 5 clones, Ino with 3 clones, etc., etc. It was Naruto's turn, and the class has gotten used to how overpowered he was, so they just didn't say a word. They didn't call him a demon because they feared what would happen to them. So yeah, nobody was cheering for him though. They just watched him. Naruto knew how to do clones, even the shadow clone, but he wanted to show off more, so he lightly tapped his hand with his leg with his paws on both sides, and he just started moving at insane speeds, and it looked like he did multiple clones, but they were after images, and he made about 10 of those. Whole class was baffled, flabbergasted, super shocked, anything you like. Iruka Sensei was proud of Naruto and gave him his ninja headband. Naruto then sat into his seat, pretty happy of what he had done. Yeah. So after that, most people in the class graduated, but others failed. Pretty sad. And Sorry about that. Iruka Sensei announced that the class, well, those who graduated, should come tomorrow to get, well, to know their team for missions, and their Jonin Sensei. All the people who graduated nodded and left to go home. Naruto, just chilling at home. But then he heard, well, he didn't hear, but he had a vision of something vicious happening. That was the Uchiha massacre. He had a vision of completely laid out of what exactly what happened before that. Naruto then stood up in the middle of the night and teleported to the Uchiha compound. He saw the person who was about to murder the entire clan and rushed at him immediately, slammed his hand on the person's chest, knocking them on the ground unconscious. Naruto took the body and went home and tied the person really tight, making it impossible for them to escape. Also got rid of all the person's weapons. Naruto then waited for the person to wake up. He was sitting on his chair, really looking at the person menacingly. And just as Itachi woke up, completely confused, Naruto started to talk and say, "Hello, fellow Uchiha. If you're wondering how and why I brought you here, I had a vision of you murdering mercilessly the entire Uchiha clan, except one person, Sasuke Uchiha, whom I assume is your little brother. Am I right, Itachi Uchiha?" Itachi was shocked that he was captured so easily and by someone the same age as Sasuke. He then nodded, and Naruto said, "I want you to tell me, why would you do that?" Naruto already knew the answer, but he just wanted Itachi to say it. Itachi was not spitting it out, so Naruto had to use a little force. He basically barraged Itachi. After barraging Itachi and Itachi suffering enough pain, Itachi finally spit out the secret. Naruto made sure to get rid of anyone who could possibly spy on their conversation. Naruto then smiled and said, "So, it was Danzo, eh? No problem. He's no problem. I'll just do something about it." Itachi then smiled and thanked Naruto, but was quite worried for him. Naruto gave him a reassuring smile and said, "Don't worry about me, Itachi Uchiha. I'll just make sure that Danzo spit out what he was about to do. He'll probably get executed, and that's for the better of the village." So the next day, instead of going to school, Naruto straight just went to Danzo's office and said, "So, you're Shimura Danzo. You're coming with me. Naruto then slammed his hand on the air, and trails of paws reached Danzo, hit him near the heart, knocking him out instantly. Naruto then took him to an underground, no, a cave, where he would make Danzo spit out what he was supposed to spit out. Danzo woke up and saw Naruto look at him evilly and said, "Kid, do you know who I am? I'm the Shadow Kage. You can't do this to me. You better release me now before I call the Hokage." Naruto said, "Oh, trust me, this is not what's gonna happen. You see, I've gathered a few ninjas that have brutally assaulted for one and one only reason, for you to feel pain and spit out your evil deeds." And then Naruto proceeded to push out the pain of every single one of the ninjas he absolutely decimated and tortured Danzo. He proceeded to send many balls of pain like that until Danzo finally gave up and basically spilled everything he was going to do to the Uchiha clan. Naruto smirked and knocked out Danzo. He picked him up and teleported both of them to the Hokage office with his Paw powers. And he threw Danzo to the ground, on the ground, in front of Hiruzen. And there were some ninjas and pretty important people in that room. Before anyone could say anything, Naruto then said, "Well, fellow important people here, I think Mr. Danzo Shimura here wants to speak a few words to you." Naruto then kicks Danzo's head and Danzo wakes up, looks at Naruto and starts shaking. People are shocked because Danzo is shaking and wonder what Naruto did to him to make him shake like that. Naruto then looked at him and said, "Danzo, spell out what you said to me, unless you want to feel more pain." Danzo's eyes widened and he turned to everyone in the room and basically told everyone what he was going to do to the Uchiha clan and who he used for that mission. Naruto then just looked at all the people there and he said, "Well, Danzo isn't an important person. He only has root Anbu, but we already have our own Anbu, don't we? He's useless. I wonder why you kept him as the Shadow Kage, Lord Third. Anyways, I'll let you all decide what we're gonna do with him. Maybe I can give him more pain in prison. Or you can just let him there rot for the rest of his life. Or you could execute him and or you could just bring him great shame. The choice is yours." Naruto slapped his leg lightly and just disappeared out of the room. Hiruzen ordered his Anbu to capture Danzo and put him in prison for now. Anyways, we go to Naruto, who somehow just arrived in time for the teams to be announced. Iruka Sensei announced each team. Team 10, 8, 6, 1, 2, 3. Then finally, it was the turn of Team 7. which was composed of Sakura, Sasuke, and finally Naruto. Their joining sensei was Kakashi Hatake of the Sharingan. So, yeah. They didn't know his title, they only know that his name was Kakashi Hatake. Anyways, after almost, well, all the senseis of the other teams came in and picked their students up, the three of them had to wait for an hour until then their sensei finally decided to show up. As soon as Kakashi entered, Naruto had his paw in front of Kakashi and said, "Kakashi Hatake of the Sharingan, would you mind telling us why you were late?" Kakashi looked at him with a sweat job because he was one of the people that witnessed what he did to Danzo. Kakashi just nervously laughed and said, well, kid, I was at an important meeting." Naruto lowered his paw and crossed his arms and said, good answer. Else it wouldn't have ended well, and you know that. Kakashi then nervously and profusely sweating nodded. He then told Team 7 to meet up at the roof, and Naruto just slapped the head of his teammates, the two of them, and he slapped his leg too, and they instantly teleported there. The two of them, well, Sakura was about to complain, but she saw the look on Naruto's face and just didn't want to cause trouble for herself. Just didn't want to feel pain or just get hurt. So yeah. After Kakashi told them to introduce themselves, they all did. Naruto examined. Well, Sasuke's goal was to become the greatest Uchiha. Sakura was still the same as canon, which Naruto did not appreciate at all. Naruto's goal was still the same, to become the Hokage. But not to impress himself, but just to have people respect him. Yeah, basically the same goal as canon, yeah. Anyways. That happened, and yeah, they were sent home, told to not eat, but Naruto had this premonition again. He wanted to train it, so he did. And now his premonition is extremely accurate all the time. So yeah, even more overpowered. Naruto told Sasuke and Sakura to eat. Sakura didn't want to believe him, but Sasuke did because he respected Naruto as an enemy, well, as a rival. Naruto fist bumped Sasuke and just left. While Sakura wanted to ask Sasuke to go on a date, but Sasuke just disappeared. Anyways, after that, go to the next day. Naruto has eaten his breakfast. Sasuke has done that too, but Sakura hasn't. Naruto, since he didn't want to be slowed down by his teammates, just brought food, or an extra lunch for Sakura to eat before they start the exercise. Anyways, after that, After they arrived at the set time, Sasuke and Sakura was already there. Sakura was extremely hungry and kind of desperate for food, but she knew that she couldn't eat her dinner yet and had to go on an empty stomach. Naruto went in front of her and handed her a lunch. And Naruto said, Sakura, seems as if you had, as if you didn't listen to my little warning. Or should I say tip? And now you see the consequences. So, as much as I hate to be here with you, somebody who's useless, only fanboying over the Uchiha, I have to give you breakfast so that you don't slow us both down. You should really get a better goal than to just marry Sasuke. You have plenty of options, like becoming the best medical ninja, just becoming the best kunoichi or the strongest one. But out of all of them, you chose to marry somebody who completely ignores you. That is a shame as a person. That's just self-disrespect as a person and as a kunoichi. You should really think over your priorities, Sakura. Sasuke just heard everything Naruto said and was pretty impressed with Naruto's communication skills. And he kind of felt bad for ignoring Sakura, but she just had to prove that she was strong enough to be with him. So he was kind of grateful to Naruto for that. Anyways, Kakashi arrived 3 hours later and saw all of them energized. Well, not energized, but just not tired as he expected. He smiled knowing that at least one of them was smart enough to not eat breakfast and probably told all of them what to do. Anyways, after explaining the bell test, the test began. Naruto knew that something was suspicious about this test because there was never a three-man squad, including the teacher. It was always 4. He then, an idea, well, not an idea, but a realization just popped in his head. He realized that this exercise was about teamwork. He teleported. No, he just ran with great speed, looking like he teleported to Sakura and Sasuke, who were hiding in bushes, and basically told him a plan. Naruto was expecting Sakura to ignore him or just say, "Oh, whatever. If Sasuke is with the plan, then so am I." He just expected that, but Sakura replied with a calm nod, calm, serious, and determined. Naruto smiled, knowing that Sakura finally learned her lesson. Anyways, they formed a plan, and Sakura just tried to punch Kakashi, basically acting as a decoy, but Kakashi easily dodged and was not impressed at all. He was really disappointed because the punch had no form, no nothing. It was just bad. But then a fireball came right at him. He was about to dodge, but then Naruto used the Paw cannon to basically boost the fire so that it will become faster. And then it hit Kakashi square on and rendered him unable to move. Naruto quickly, and I mean quickly, teleported and took the bells, and gave one of each to Sakura and Sasuke, knowing that they completely passed. While knowing that, he still asked, "So, Sensei, do we pass?" He looked at Kakashi with a smug face, and Kakashi sighed and said, "Yes, yes, you pass. Now, can someone bring me to the hospital?" Naruto said, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that." Slammed his hand on, well, he turned Kakashi around, obviously, carried him on his back, and basically slammed his hand on Kakashi's chest. Kakashi was expecting an attack and was braced for impact, but he just felt that all his wounds were healed completely, and felt a high level of relief. He then just saw a decent sized paw, transparent paw looking bubble. Naruto condensed it again and just released it in the air. And yeah, it just basically exploded. But nobody saw it because too far away. Not important. But anyways, they both passed. Well, the three of them passed, and yeah, they were given a 1 week break before they started doing C rank missions, D rank missions. Pardon me. So yeah, Naruto was about to go, but he was met by Sakura, who just wanted to be trained for this week by Naruto. Naruto smiled and immediately accepted the request because he saw the determination in Sakura's eyes. So, when they get to Naruto's home, Naruto just basically made Sakura more durable, made her body more durable by basically spamming attacks on her, then healing her, and doing it over and over again. And he has been doing this for the past 5 days, no break at all, no break. After that, he basically made Sakura's attack more coordinated, and basically she became, you could say, stronger. Yeah, stronger. In the span of a week, because it's Naruto, he just has the best training, bro. He's the GOAT. So, yeah. After this week, Sakura has been taught, actually, well, unlocked observation haki, and basically Naruto trained her with that. She also unlocked observation haki, but it's invisible, obviously. Yes, she unlocked observation haki. Urban haki, due to how durable and strong her body was. But obviously, it's invisible for some reason. But yeah, she has basic armament, but it enhances her strength a lot. Observation basically allows you to basically dodge incoming attacks. Pretty basic, but still useful. So yeah. So yeah, soccer became relevant and strong in a week. I'm emotional right now, bro. Like, it's so emotional, bro. Imagine becoming relevant in a week, bro. That's insane, man. That's insane. Anyways, after that week, um, like I said, soccer was relevant and was now useful. So when they reached Kakashi, Naruto again uses observation hockey that, well, premonition that he named advanced observation hockey. Um, Basically to pretty much predict a lot that would happen, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it at all. So he said, "Kakashi Sensei, would you please get us a C rank mission? I don't want to chase dogs and cats around. A ninja doesn't even do something like that." Kakashi was pretty shocked at Naruto, but he just didn't care anymore because Naruto has done some things that are just unbelievable. So Kakashi Sensei agreed because he knew Naruto was strong enough to carry all of them, basically. Um, so he accepted. They went to the Okage office to get a searing mission, and Kashia confirmed that he was sure that he wanted his team to take on a searing mission. After that, they got the mission of the driller, obviously. Okay. So after Kazuna was introduced to them, they went on a mission. They walked and walked until Naruto noticed the puddle. Naruto, without a second thought, launched a paw cannon at the puddle. Then two bodies came out of it, extremely injured. Naruto mercilessly sent another paw cannon, knocking them out. Kakashi just complimented Naruto on how fast his reflexes were and how he reacted to the situation. So yeah, after that, oh my god. After that, the Demon Brothers woke up and were strapped to a tree. Naruto had a ball of pain in his hands, and basically told him to talk. They both refused. Naruto gave them a taste of the pain and they couldn't bear it. So they just told him about Gato and the mission and basically everyone involved. Kakashi's eyes wetted a little when they mentioned Zabuza. He said, "Oh, Zabuza of the Mist, huh? He's a person in the bingo book. He's one of the 7 legendary swordsmen of the Mist. This one might be a tough fight." Naruto then, unimpressed, just asked Kakashi if he should kill them or just let Kakashi capture them. Kakashi just told Naruto that he should kill them, but to please make it as painless as possible. Naruto nodded. He basically took the two brothers and with his strength launched both of them and just sent multiple paws at each of them, sending them flying into space to never be seen again. Sorry for this interruption. Basically the speed at which they went neutralized them, giving them a painless death. The team was pretty much relieved that they didn't have to see a mutilated corpse, so pretty nice. Naruto then um okay, pardon me for that. They continued their journey until there was a heavy smoke. Kakashi basically asked Naruto if he could just push that smoke out because it was annoying and he would just wanted to be careful. Naruto nodded and just swung his hand downwards, basically sending all the smoke flying. Then he saw a huge sword coming towards him. Naruto was unimpressed and catched him with his bare hands. They weren't even bleeding, unfazed. Naruto handed the sword to Kakashi, and then he just handed the sword to Kakashi. He looked toward forwards and just saw that Zabuza. Well, he didn't know him, and Kakashi shouted, worriedly, Zabuza, and Naruto just wanted to take care of this real quick. He then took a a random animal, beat it mercilessly, apologized, and just pushed the pain out of it, and sent it to Zabuza. Zabuza, who thought it was just a petty trick, and he was completely wrong with that, got he was not dead, but he was gravely injured and absolutely knocked out. Yep, you cannot recover from that. Well, you can, but only Naruto, yeah. So Naruto told Kakashi to seal him as he could be useful towards their Leaf Village. Naruto sent another person and sent a paw cannon at them. Then they saw a person fall off a tree. Naruto quickly went to that person and rushed to catch them. So he did. He told Kakashi to seal this one too, as he saw that this person had an incredible Kenkai Genkai. Kakashi nodded again and did so. Then they continued their journey without problems. They reached the village and they rested a bit at Tazuna's house, etc., etc. Then they they rested one night and they started working. And Naruto helped a whole lot. Sasuke and Sakura too. But Naruto was mostly doing the job. Teleporting them while they were carrying the logs, the bricks, etc., etc. After that, they finished, and they named the bridge the Great Naruto Bridge as usual, as in canon. And yeah, Team 7 returned to the village. And this is where I'm gonna end this video. Anyways, guys, thank you all for 76 subscribers. Thank you for the support. Please consider liking this video. Also, please share with your friends my channel. This video, basically any videos that you're seeing, yeah. And also, please subscribe to my channel so that we can reach 100 subs pretty soon. So yeah, thank you guys, and bye bye.